Hello, Amazon. My name is Marzia, co-founder of Chics, and today we have a special treat. We're going to take your fridge from a hot mess to heck yes. Are you guys ready? Okay, so part of being, I would say, plant-based and you're out shopping for food, we always provide great tips on going plant-based. Well, I'm also going to show you how you can organize your fridge and the shelf life of certain things so you can actually have them in zones, okay? So if you guys have watched the home edit, which I know most of us have, if you love organization, I learned a lot of tips and tricks from that show that I didn't think I don't know, when I organized before, I just didn't have a rhyme or reason. I was just trying to organize something. But now I actually have them in zones. So I'm going to share with you my fridge and what I have in it, tips, tricks, containers. And if you're new to Amazon Live, welcome. Below me is a carousel, and you will see all the products that I use in my fridge conveniently below in the carousel. So I love about Amazon. We all shop on Amazon. And usually when I do lives, people are like, where did you get that shirt? Where did you get those leggings? Where did you get that container? Everything from what I'm wearing to what's in my fridge is down below in the carousel. Okay, let's start with what I'm wearing first. So it is fall time. I mean, I'm in Texas, Austin. It's actually a beautiful day. It's like 75 degrees. It's going to be 80 all week. It's not really fall just yet, but it's coming. And I love a good off-the-shoulder little sweatshirt right now just because it is fall. Gives you that, like, you know, almost springy, but yet fall, that little, hey, little shoulder, but, you know, it keeps you warm on one side. I love this one's a crop top, and it actually knots right here in the middle. And then these leggings, of course, is the typical color for fall. I love a wine-colored leggings. I love wine, anything, even lipstick. So this right here is in the carousel below. You guys know we are health coaches for a living. We live in active living wear. So I'm always dressed up in active living wear. So there you go. All right, so let's do the fridge tour. So I'm going to keep it open this entire time. And we might hear a beep, but it'll go away. It's only because the fridge is telling me if the fridge is open. I'm actually going to bring this closer so you guys can get a closer view on my fridge. And I do have my phone with me. So if you have any questions, please put it on the comments and I will answer them for you, okay? All right, let's start first things first. When I was watching the home edit, I love how they organized zones. So let's start with the zone situation before I go into the containers. I put all the fruit at the top. Before I just had some fruit here, fruit there, fruit somewhere in one of the drawers. So they had created these zones so you could find things that a little more accessible, right? So I had put all the fruit here. That's zone number one. Number two, this is all vegetables. So I have obviously my greens, some pico, some like leftover foods and stuff like that. I have them in containers. So this is the vegetable zone. Right here, this is obviously my beverage zone. So I have water and my sparkling water. And then in containers, right here, this is what I have I keep for other fruits and vegetables like excess. I put them in here. This is my little dog food thing right here. So the middle one's for my dogs, like their treats and stuff. This is where I put like my faux meat and hummus because it's plant-based. We have some vegan foods. I've got my tempeh, lettuce, tomatoes, and some lentils and hummus. We'll kind of go through that thing in a minute, but this is kind of like where I keep my faux meats and my hummus and stuff like that. And on the bottom, it's only my husband and I, we live here. Even though we do have company, we cook for others and stuff, we don't have a lot of produce and groceries all the time. We try to buy what we need for the week. We go shopping at least once or twice a week and get what we need because we like to eat fresh foods. So we try not to keep a lot of junk, and we try to keep our fridge cleaned out for the most part. So we do have some beverages in here, like adult beverages. And then some of my friends are sober, so we have non-alcoholic beverages too. So we have both alcoholic and non-alcoholic to serve everybody. But let me just kind of go through the zones and explain things to you. So that's kind of how the breakdown of this is fruits, vegetables, beverages, excess of the fruits and vegetables, dog's container here, faux meats and hummus. And I actually keep more beverages in there, but more of thinking like alcoholic and non-alcoholic. But like if you have a large family, you might want to put obviously fruits or vegetables in your container. Okay, so let's start with this little beautiful container system first, which I absolutely love. Oops, this thing fell down really quick. Here we go. There we go. Hold on, let me shut it because it's making a beeping sound. Okay, so these great containers, I actually love these little guys. I'm able to put fruit in there. And if you're wondering if I actually wash my fruits and vegetables before, I do now, I didn't before. There's two ways you can wash your fruit and vegetables. You can use veggie wash, okay? Or you can use salt. Now let me explain. If you're going to use veggie wash, you're gonna put, I think it's a quarter cup of veggie wash to like a gallon of water, and put your fruits in there and let it soak 15, 20 minutes, rinse them off, and then put them in the containers. And the same goes for this. You might put a fourth of a cup of Himalayan sea salt or any kind of salt, put your vegetables in there, then rinse them off. And no, it doesn't taste like salt, but it helps get off any bugs, residue, cleans that. So like if you're not trusting the salt situation, because some people get freaked out, this is the old school way, you can always use the veggie wash, so which is super easy to do. So you have these containers, you can have them with a lid or without a lid to put it on, okay? And I love how easy and stackable they are. So when you have them on here, I've got, the short ones are for the berries, of course, and you can put any fruit you want in there, and then the big one is for strawberries. And I love how they have a thing at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it right here, it's kind of hard to pick up. But it's got this clear thing, so if you freshly washed them, put them on there, it's able to, like the droplets are able to soak out. I used to put it like a paper towel when I used to keep the plastic container that I got from the store, but this actually makes it a lot easier. So, and I love how they're stackable because you're able to put more fruit in the fridge. So if you have a large family and you have to shop for 3, 4, 5, 6 people, this actually makes it easy to put everything in. And then you're able to put more than what is just in the container for like what the berries provide, like it just like that container, that's it. You're able to put more in there. All right, so going on with the fruit. Right now, I don't know if you know this, pomegranates are in season right now, and they're so sweet and they taste so great. So get some pomegranates. I prefer them already cracked open and done, and I just buy them and pour them into a container. But anyways, these containers are great for storing stuff. So they're glass containers. I try to use all glass, but not perfect. There is some plastic stuff in there. But for the most part, I try to pick glass because it does last forever. They do come, there's 2 different types of glass containers. It's in the carousel below. Some come with a plastic lid. This is easier for carrying and stuff that it doesn't drop or spill, or the other ones have a wood or bamboo lid. But those ones aren't very, they don't seal very well. They're just able to help you stack in the fridge. So if you look below, you're able to see that. Let me see real quick to see any questions. Let me just kind of go through the bottom. There you go. So I put the containers that I use at the very bottom. And so if you have the glass ones with the wooden lid, if you prefer the wooden lid versus the plastic, just know that it may not seal as good or as tight as you want it to, and things can fall. Whereas this is like so perfect. These, and lasts forever. I have to say I've had these almost 10 years and still going strong. Okay, and of course I have them in different lid colors. You know, now I'm thinking like I should get them all clear versus this is like the first ones I got, they were blue. And then now I have all the clear ones. So, you know, I prefer the clear, but I've had these forever. I'm not going to get rid of them. But you can put your fruit in there for it to store and stay locked. So I love these. These are actually for, if you can see, put drinks in. But I put my fruits in it. You can put your vegetables in there, your fruit. And another thing is they're stackable again. You could stack them. And for this case, I didn't need it. But I do wanted the fruit accessible. So you can just, if you want to pick it, you can eat it. Everything is done, and then you just eat it like by your hand if you're standing by the fridge, or put it into a bowl. There's nothing worse than buying fruit, throwing it in there, and then you're like, oh, I gotta wash it or clean it or cut it. If you pre-do it before you put it in, it actually is easier for grab and go versus, like the other. So anyways, there's that. And I don't know if you can see right here at the end, I know this is kind of in the way, right here, this container is for my yogurt. So I have my favorite plant-based yogurt called Kalina. It tastes so good. And if you can't do dairy, or you do dairy-free, or plant-based or vegan, Kalina is one of the best ones. They have the pumpkin flavor out right now. So I have that. Usually I have them lined up, but obviously I'm towards the end of it. And so I just put, even though that's not a fruit, this is more like breakfast stuff, I would say. So I just put it at that end. This is my fruit, because I do actually add fruit to my my yogurt and stuff, and nuts and stuff like that. So, okay, moving on. I just keep, of course, I love all these greens. I love these protein greens and, spinach and stuff. I don't take these out of the container. I actually leave them in there because we do go through them so fast. I don't really see a need to take them out and put them in a glass container and store them. So, like, we probably go through a few of these a week or more. I've got 4 right now, and we'll definitely, from salads to put them in smoothies and stuff. They actually go pretty fast. So I don't worry about putting these in containers, but I do want them easily accessible just for grab if I want to throw into a smoothie or if I want to make a salad. I have leftovers over here. Last night we had, it's like a Mexican Southwest little enchilada thing. So a little bit of leftovers left. This would be great on a side next to salad. I got some black olives. But, just stuff that you can just store randomly. I feel like I have a lot more vegetable stuff. And you guys, like you're seeing me with my fridge, that it's getting low on food. Because there's lots of room. Like if I were to shop for some more and put more stuff, I have a ton of room, so I can just scoot that back. But I like to put the things that I need to eat forward. So you just put them just like that. So just one, it looks pretty. Number 2, you know what you need to eat next, need to eat up so that it doesn't go bad. Do you remember those days? I don't know about you. I grew up in a family. There were 6 of us. There was 4 kids, obviously my 2 parents. And our entire, let me shut this because it's beeping. Our entire fridge was so full of food. It was just crammed packed. We couldn't find anything. We didn't know where anything was. And my mom literally would have stuff in there that was months and months old. And so, I think like once a year they would clean out the fridge and we're like, what's this? So, you learn to pick up a few things throughout the years, but I'm like, yeah, I'll never have a fridge like that ever again, where I crammed it full of food. I don't clean it out for at least a good year. But that's how I kind of grew up. So I'm quite the opposite right now. But this didn't happen overnight. This took me forever to do. And actually, this level of organization and cleanliness was inspired by the home edit. This was a recent thing. So you're seeing me even leveling up. So I feel like I keep leveling up on organization. I just love how they actually made things into zones. And before I had no random strategy, even though it was organized, it was like organized chaos. This actually gives you a feel of like, hey, fruits up here, vegetables over here, beverages here. So you kind of have these zones. So of course I have my sparkling water, but this thing is great always for putting cans in, and you can actually stack 2 so that it's not like you put 2 cans in, 1 layer, 2 layer, and layer it up. This is my favorite water. I love Mountain Valley water. I love everything in glass bottles. So I'm always having Mountain Valley in my fridge. I use this again like for, I would say, extra produce and stuff that's kind of loose, Obviously bell peppers are loose, And I'll just throw them in there. Sometimes I have cut up stuff, like I don't, these are like the organic celery sticks. Sometimes I don't want to cut everything up and clean it, and even myself, I get lazy, so I'm like, all right, I'm just going to buy it pre-done. So I usually do that. And then over here, like I was telling you, I usually keep my faux meats and my hummus and more container type stuff there. So I've got lentils and tempeh, some hummus like pre-done. Sometimes I make my own hummus, sometimes I don't. I do love this. One of my favorites is this olive tapenade from Trader Joe's. I love that with hummus. It's so good. Okay, and so like I said, over here I had drinks. We have champagne that's probably been there for about a year. Nobody's drank this champagne. We need to like celebrate or have to do something, but the champagne's been there forever. I got these non-alcoholic drinks called Curious #4 with it, Curious Elixirs. For, I have like alcohol-free tequila, just, sometimes your friends who don't drink, but they enjoy like an adult beverage, but without alcohol. I want to make sure that I have enough for everybody. So there's that on that thing. But the containers are actually all pretty cool, and all the containers that I use are in the carousel below. So here on my door, I've got some sriracha, and actually there's no system on this part, but just because of the way my fridge is, I have my low sodium veggie broth. I don't use olive oil or any kind of oils to really cook in, so I use veggie broth. Just how it stores neatly right there, so I just put them there. Like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. This was right here, this is longer. So let me show you this cool little trick, these things. If you don't have them, you have to get these. These are herb and veggie holders. So, and you put water in the back to keep it hydrated. Usually I would do a glass cup and I put my water in, it works just as fine. But this is kind of stores it, and it looks better. I think it does. It looks cleaner. The other day we had asparagus. I have asparagus in one, herbs in another. So how cool is that? These, check them out. They're on the carousel below. Absolutely love these. Let me go check to see if anybody wrote anything. So, and they're right below. I just put it in the carousel below if you're curious about these. But yeah, you just put water in the back. You fill them up so they stay hydrated. And just because the length of this right here, I needed the room to put this in there. This is also pretty cool. I got some of these carafes. You can put, like people put orange juice. I put my plant milk in them. Usually when it comes in a container. I actually pour the milk into the glass container out of the plastic container that it comes in, and I throw that away. But I feel like it makes it look nicer in the fridge, just like that. A little more organization. So this shelf was actually used to keep things, because it's obviously a tall shelf. So I don't really feel like there was a rhyme or reason. Of course, you have your condiments here. Again, I just try to make sure, always try to clean out your condiments. I remember growing up as well, my fridge had so many condiments and they were cram-packed. We didn't know which, every now and then you're gonna hear me shut this just because the little thing's beeping. As a kid, I didn't know which condiment was good and which wasn't, just because we had so many condiments. And I'm not really quite sure if my mom threw any condiments away. When you think about it, you're like, oh my gosh, as a kid, I don't remember. But I have some of my favorite things here. I don't know if you guys have heard of Miyokos, if you're dairy-free. I've been dairy-free for, I would say, like 15 years because it really gave me bad acne, so I obviously steered away from it, because if I eat too much of it, then it would just make me break out. So I just went dairy-free. Actually, before I gave up meat, because a lot of people always ask, most people go vegetarian, and then they, basically give up dairy. I was opposite. I gave up dairy before I gave up meat. So we have Miyokos. This cheese roll is actually really, really good. It's farmhouse cheddar. And this butter, oh my goodness, you won't miss it. This butter tastes like butter. It is so freaking good. So these are kind of my favorite ones from Miyokos. If you're plant-based or vegan, these vitamins by Complement are amazing right here. They have all of the vitamins that you need. I love their whole saying and their slogan, don't supplement, complement. Complement your healthy lifestyle. So I have my vitamins up here. You guys know I suffer from dry eyes. And I've said this many, many times, if you suffer from dry eyes, I take these pills called Pristine. And these actually help hydrate your eyes from the inside out. Now it takes a few months, like 3 months, but if you're consistent with them, you'll have hydrated eyes. And if you get off of it, you'll be able to tell a difference. But they're on sale right now here on Amazon for $13. They were like $26, but you can get them right now for $13. I can't remember. But you guys check it out. It's Pristine. Let me show you right here. Pristine. There we go. But it's called Mackie Bright, but they're vegan, omegas, great for your eyes, keeps your eyes hydrated. I've got some of my fun vegan finds, like of course I have to have my sauerkraut, but this one tastes like pickles. If you like pickles, the way the pickles taste, this one is my favorite. It's called Wild Brine. Wild Brine. Got some vegan kimchi, vegan mayonnaise, because I'm about to make some things for the holidays. Usually I never have vegan mayonnaise in my fridge. This is by Follow Your Heart, and this made with all avocado oil. But I'm going to make a few things and it requires some vegan mayonnaise. So I'm like, all right, let me get some. Let's see right here. Do you guys like oat milk? I love these, but cold brew. It's just crack one open. It's like pre-done because I love a nice coffee with some oat milk, which that's what this is right here, is oat milk. And these are kind of fun to have. I like having some of these. I love Primal Kitchen ketchup. This is some of my favorite ketchup. Sugar-free, I like it. I try to stay away from refined sugars. The only sugars I usually try to keep are fruit because it's attached to fiber. So everyone always gets it twisted, like I gotta stay away from sugar, but you need to stay away from refined sugar, which causes inflammation. Remember, inflammation is the silent killer, and it actually promotes heart disease and other chronic illnesses and diseases, so be careful. Another thing I want you to kind of like think about too, let me tell you, heart disease is the #1 killer among women. It kills more women than breast cancer, so just FYI. I just watched a documentary on, I think it was YouTube, and they talked about the widowmaker, and they used to think it was an old man's disease that killed more men than women, but actually it kills more women than men. So ladies, gotta stay away from that refined sugar. That's the point that I'm making. Keep it to a minimum, okay? Because a lot of times when we eat sugar, we feel the endorphin rush of it, and it excites your brain like cocaine, but at the end of the day, it really causes inflammation on your body. If you're constantly creating inflammation, you're not gonna feel that good, and it's gonna lead to a chronic illness or disease after many, many, many years. So you really want to make sure to replace that sugar with some kind of fruit sugar. I always have fruit on hand. And, of course, you see me many years later. Do I look fat from eating fruit? No. People are like, how much fruit do you eat? I just eat when my body tells me I need something sweet. I always have fruit for breakfast and maybe for a snack or dessert. So I could be eating fruit 2 or 3 times a day. So just FYI. But, I just pick up things that are like pre-washed. These are easy to peel. Grapes are easy just to grab and go. You can eat these with a spoon. These are in season. They're super sweet, so you can eat these. Again, same thing with that. I can grab a thing of berries and eat it. It's clicking. It's telling me, Marzia. Hold on here. Okay, there we go. All right, any questions you guys have right now? I'm just kind of curious. I see you got some peeps on here. Not yet? Not any questions? Okay, so just make sure you have a ton of fruits and vegetables because this is going to give you life. So if your nutrition is 80 to 90% plant-based, because there is facts that they're the longest living people or centenarians that live to 100 years old, healthy, they are mainly plant-based. And everything else from refined foods to meat or cheese is really kept at a minimum. So try, if you can, try to add more plants to your plate at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Really try to add more fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, because you want things that have fiber. And then you want to feel full. If you're eating a lot of refined foods, you're not going to feel full. That's for sure. So fruit is attached to fiber, and each one has different vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that's very healing for your body, and it's refreshing. So anything about fruit. And like I said, I love these little handy dandy containers. So when you get them out, for instance, I was, yesterday, I was just eating my blueberries and raspberries straight from the container because it's already clean. That's part of having oops, gotta get in there. That's part of having your fruits and vegetables already clean is it's already done. And you can just go in there and you can eat away. You don't have to worry about it. Like, I'm hungry. When you're hungry, aim for something that has fiber. Fiber is filling. So for instance, if you eat a cookie, which has refined sugar, it may taste great. It gives you that endorphin rush, but it's not going to be very filling, and you're going to be hungry for a second cookie and a third cookie. literally, you can eat a whole bag of cookies, but can you eat a whole bag of apples? No. So nobody ever, as a health coach, nobody ever texts me a picture of an apple and they go, is this healthy? Because they know it's healthy, right? But they'll text me a picture of a plant-based cookie and then they're like, is this with protein, is this healthy? And I'm like, no. That's just a healthier junk food, but then healthier than what, basically, right? It's all relative. Healthier than really processed junk food? Yes. Healthier than a banana or strawberries? No. So there's different levels, I would say, of healthiness. At the end of the day, we know that fruits and vegetables are super healthy for us, and we never doubt that. So if somebody tells you you can't eat a banana or banana is going to make you fat, you'll have to question that person on their certifications or their degree or whatever, because if you're eating enough fruits and vegetables, you're not worrying about the other stuff, right? You can still have that cookie and you can be okay with it. We're about to enter the holiday season, so it's really good that you have healthier habits as you go into the holiday season and have healthier fruits and vegetables on hand, so that I would say you don't overeat, you don't binge, and then, everyone gains that 7 to 10 pounds during the holidays. Don't be one of those statistics that gain during the holidays. You want to make sure you manage how you eat through the holidays. I never deprive myself of the holidays. I still eat, but I also do damage control as far as I know my plan. I go in there. I'm still going to eat, my vegan pumpkin pie, my stuffing. I'm still going to have all these carbohydrates, but I'm going to do other things too that are going to help with my holiday plans so that I don't gain 7 to 10 pounds. A lot of people think they have to stay away. The all or nothing mentality is not the way to go. You don't want to do all or nothing. You want to make sure you have a plan. That way you can have all the things and be healthy, right? You can do both, because there's a lot of stigmatism like you have to do one or the other. Like, oh my God, I have this super healthy holiday and I can't do anything. That's just not true. You can still have your holiday fun, your cookies, your food, but you always want to make sure that when you're at home, you keep good food at home, right? Healthy food at home. Because the sugar, the cookies, the bad food, it'll always be there. And if you keep it around, you probably keep eating it, keep eating, keep eating. So we like to keep things in our home just a little bit, eat off it, have our fun, and then we throw it away, right? We didn't deprive ourselves, we still ate it. So just FYI. So my first thing would be fruit. If you have a sweet tooth, keep fruit around. Second, obviously vegetables. I do love hummus, a good some bell peppers and some hummus. I always have this on hand all the time because you never know when hunger is going to strike. Sometimes fruit doesn't cut it and I want something savory, then I'm going to have hummus. I like pairing hummus up with that olive tapenade from Trader Joe's and some bell peppers. Do you know bell peppers have more vitamin C than an orange, like 6 to 7 more times vitamin C than an orange. And a lot of people are like, I need to get my vitamin C because I don't want to get sick or the holidays. And they start going to these little pills, those vitamin C emergency pills. Eat it from the real deal. This is going to have more. Bell peppers, I always keep orange, yellow, and red bell peppers on hand because of the vitamin C, and I eat this daily. So I'm getting my vitamin C daily. Make sure you get your vitamin C daily because flu season is upon us. Obviously, COVID is increasing. So you want to make sure you get these good veggies that have vitamins, minerals, and nutrients in your body because this is what's healing, right? These are healing foods. Okay, let me check over here. I see it kind of lighten up a little bit. All right, so very healing foods for your body. And, just pick the foods that you like. Another little fun fact I want to show you too, these silicone bags right here, this looks like it's chicken, but it's actually jackfruit. I have jackfruit in this bag. But these bags by Stasher, they're silicone and they're easy to open and shut, just like this. But they're washable. You can put these in the dishwasher, and they're great reusable Ziploc baggies. That way you don't have to keep purchasing a ton of them. So these are better for the environment. So you're not buying in excess, and you always have them. And they come in different sizes. They come in super, super large to super tiny and small. So, like I said, every now and then I have to shut this so my fridge is like, I gotta reset it. Okay, so there's just different fruits and vegetables that you will need just for healing your body on an everyday basis. Vitamin C is also in raspberries. Vitamin C is also in strawberries. So all these fruits have vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that's very healing for your body. Now, in our Plant Chicks tribe, we have a lot of people that are plant curious, part-time plant chicks, or full-time, they're plant-based pros. We don't, I would say, judge anybody. We don't discriminate. Wherever you are on your plant-based journey, we just want you to add more plants to your plate because this is healing foods. And as you can see, people are like, oh my God, is your fridge that clean and organized? Well, thanks to the home edit, it is now. But do you really eat those foods? And we're like, yeah, we eat them every single day. We try to add more fruits and vegetables to our breakfast, fruits and vegetables to lunch, and fruits and vegetables to dinner. Always when we snack on it as well. That way you're consistently feeding your gut microbiome healthy food. Know that your gut is your second brain. So whatever you put in there, you have like serotonin, 90% of your serotonin comes from your gut. So if you're putting in really refined bad foods into your gut, you're probably not going to feel as good. You're going to be like, oh. But if you're putting healing foods in your gut, you're going to actually create more short-chain fatty acids, which are good for your body, good for your gut. You're going to feel better. You're going to create more energy. You just have these effects of feeling really, really good. You're just going to feel good all the way around. Especially during the holidays, flu season, COVID, the best thing you can do is just boost your immune system with plant-based foods. And I have to say, if you're not having fun doing it, then don't do it. And part of the fun, like this, is like organizing my fruits and vegetables is actually fun. It's always a game to keep it this way, right? And it's a game to what fruits and vegetables am I going to put next in these? Remember, variety is the spice of life, and you always want to change it up. So maybe if I have, purple grapes now, maybe I'll have green grapes next time. Maybe instead of oranges this time, I'll have apples, right? I always have berries because I'm into anti-aging. When you get over 40, you're really into it. So I'm all about the free radicals being repaired by the antioxidants that's in berries. Berries have high antioxidants, and it repairs the cell. So there's these free radicals that damages your body through environmental stress, all kinds of stuff. But strawberries, blueberries, any kind of berries really help repair that. Oh, let me show you my freezer. We're going to show you, let me see if I can find one. This is probably one of my favorite berries. Have you guys heard of aronia berry? So aronia berry is actually, let me just read this off to you because it's packed full. It's probably this is what I have in a smoothie. It's kind of a bitter berry, does not taste sweet. You have to add sweeter fruits so that it tastes sweet, like bananas and cherries and stuff. But this one serving of aronia berry has 10 times the serving of fruits and vegetables. 10 times. That is a lot of fruits and vegetables. So, and also too, it has 4 times the power of acai. It is really high in antioxidant power. And so this is actually going to heal the cell. You have to keep these frozen for the most part. You can put them in the fridge, but they only last a week. And if you don't use them, you kind of ruin them. I actually like putting these in my smoothie. I tried them in my oatmeal one time, but they're a little too bitter for me. So it's better just to mask it in a smoothie, just because you can add a banana, which makes it sweet, some berries, some sweet berries, some pomegranates, anything in there to make it sweet so you can't taste the bitterness of them. Just has like how a cranberry can be kind of bitter? Same thing. And speaking of cranberries are in season 2. So make sure you get your cranberries. These are the fresh ones, and you guys can make a smoothie with these cranberries as well. Cranberries are good for the kidneys. People get UTI infections, then they're like, oh my gosh, I need some cranberry juice. Try to eat some of the real stuff, sometimes with water, and you're actually it's very healing to the kidneys. So they're really great for kidney functions. So I added some of these. If I'm not using these, the aronia berry in my smoothie, I'll replace it with cranberries. But again, you want to add a banana, some of the berries to make it really, really taste sweet, right? So you want to make your berries taste sweet. So that's always a good thing. And another little fun fact, so I got some spinach. Do you know that frozen fruits and vegetables actually retain more nutrient value than fresh? I don't know if you know that. So fresh fruits and vegetables are already basically decomposing, dying as we speak. Even if the refrigerator keeps it longer, but frozen really freezes it and retains it at its natural state the moment they freeze it. So in your smoothie, sometimes I'll put fresh powdered greens in there, and then sometimes I'll put frozen. So you guys just keep it mixed up. I do some fresh, some frozen, because a lot of my clients always ask me, should I be, what do you think about frozen vegetables? So fresh fruit and frozen, mix them up, you know what I mean? Sometimes frozen is cheaper too, if you can't afford fresh, like, oh my God, that's so expensive. And then you get the frozen one, it's actually cheaper, so you have to do what your budget allows you to do. If anything, the canned foods, you gotta do what you gotta do, but they're not the best on nutrient value for sure. So frozen are great, fresh is great, as much as you can. But if you have to have canned, you gotta do what you gotta do. But those are my top two, fresh and frozen. So, but yes, this is kind of like the clean fridge that I'm sporting these days. So I did it before and after. I'll have to put it here on Amazon. If you don't follow Plant Chics on Amazon, go to our Amazon page and follow Plant Chics for notifications, because we do put on meal prep shows. This was more about organization and tips and tricks on food and some of the food that I personally eat. I just wanted to share with you guys. Tomorrow I'm doing meal prep with Marzia. I'm doing 4 recipes from, let me show you this cookbook. Just got it in. It's available on Amazon too. It's called the Friendly Vegan Cookbook, and I'm cooking 4 recipes from this book tomorrow. Holiday recipes, it's holiday season, of course. So we're gonna pick 4 delicious holiday recipes. And if you are into, and they're holistic, like whole food, they're really, really delicious. If you're into adding more plants to your plate for this holiday, this book is going to be for you. But tomorrow at noon, I will be doing this. Friday, you guys know I've been a personal trainer for 15 years. So Friday, we are going to do a Bootylicious workout. So grab your booty bands. We also have everything that the Plant Chics, from what we wear to the books to everything, in our Plant Chics Amazon store. So go to our Amazon page, the Plant Chics Amazon page, follow it. You guys will see pictures on the top. Is what I love about Amazon. You can post your pictures from what you're wearing to products that you use, and it shows you like all the dots of what we're wearing, what we have. All that great stuff is on our store. And then we list everything in categories. So we have fitness, food, supplements, Boss Babe stuff. People ask us what equipment that we use for our videos. From this camera right now, I have this Logitech camera on my laptop. I know you guys can't see it right now, but I'll have to share it with you guys. But that's on my laptop right now. And I love the clarity of it. I would say it's better than my iPhone. It gives me a broader range on this video for you guys. So, obviously we have the Diva ring lights, any camera equipment that we use for our stuff, we have that put down in there. We have our athletic clothes, anything, it's all in our store. At the very bottom of our Amazon page, we also have every single live that we have done. So if you're just new to Plant Chics, we are health coaches that get women off diets and live a sustainable lifestyle. So we focus on healthy lifestyle habits and what is going to get you there. And, oops, let me get this, it needs a little reset. I guess I can shut this right now. So we focus on small, healthy habits daily, so you're able to do this long-term, this thing called life, healthy long-term. So check out our Amazon page, because you're able to see everything that we do, because a lot of times when we do lives, people ask us, where'd you get that sweatshirt? Where'd you get that cookbook? Where'd you get those pots, pans, that food, that product? Conveniently, thankfully, everybody shops on Amazon, and they have gave us the tools to help you guys. It's like a one-stop shop. Everything Plant Chics approved is in our Plant Chics store. So like I said, again, go follow Plant Chics so you can get the notifications. We go live 3 to 4 days a week. Usually around lunchtime, it's around noon. Most days, if it changes, we'll let you know. But there's going to be a live going on tomorrow at noon. The meal prep, the Thanksgiving meal prep. We have a Friday, the workout, so be prepared. And then Jackie is cooking on Saturday for you guys. So Jackie is the other co-founder of Plant Chics. She is going to be showing you plant plates. So I'm excited for her. She's going to give you little tips and tricks in the kitchen as well. That way, we always get the number one question: how do you go plant-based? And we are here to teach you how to go plant-based, easy, healthy, and affordable. And everything here is on Amazon, right? You're like, where'd you get that? And then we show you tips and tricks on getting educated and trying new recipes. People love new recipes. I actually had cooked from Tony's book right here. Tony and Michelle, she's from Vegan. If you check them on Instagram, Tony is from Plant-Based on a Budget. I have her original cookbook. I actually did an Amazon Live. If you scroll back a few Amazon Lives, you can see the recipes that I cooked from her cookbook. Michelle owns World of Vegan, and she has over 1 million followers on Instagram. She's freaking amazing. Her food's amazing. But they teamed up and wrote a book together. So Plant-Based on a Budget and World of Vegan teamed up together, wrote a cookbook. And you guys, this cookbook does not disappoint. Not only does it have whole food plant-based, like I would say, avocado toast, Look at these toaster pastries. How cool is that? Delicious. But you'll have to stay tuned tomorrow to see what I cook from this, because I did pick 4 holiday recipes because I wanted to share with you how you can incorporate more plants and do it healthier, but not sacrifice the taste. Because a lot of people think you have to sacrifice your taste for the holidays, and you don't have to do any of that, that's for sure. Okay, just a reminder, you'll have to get this veggie wash. Let me know, do you guys wash your fruits and vegetables before you put in the fridge? I mean, back in the day, I didn't wash my fruits and vegetables. I just would throw it in there, and when I was getting ready to use it, then I would take out my fruits and vegetables, right? So how about you? Do you wash your fruits and vegetables? And have you ever tried veggie wash? It actually helps remove like the wax, any kind of soil, bugs. Do you know that there's bugs on strawberries? So if you actually put a little bit of salt water in there, a little bit of salt with the water, and soak them for like 10 minutes, you'll see bugs float off and come off the strawberries. So it's really, really disgusting. But this whole time I had no idea, like my husband and I are eating all these bugs. But I'm sure there's bugs on all the fruits and vegetables that we eat. But if you want to get a little more bugs off, it's always good to wash your fruits and vegetables. And whether you do it with this stuff or you do it with salt, like I said, you're a quarter cup of salt to a gallon of water, or a quarter cup of veggie wash to a gallon. And then you can also, another old school way to do it is through vinegar, but not vinegar that you clean the floor with, like that kind of cleaning vinegar. It's white vinegar that you cook with. So white vinegar is also a great thing to put in some water and soak your fruits and vegetables and stuff like that in, because it helps get the waxy coating off, because sometimes that waxy coating is a protective layer, and then we see that on apples and stuff, and sometimes it's hard to get that off. This stuff actually helps. All 3 of these way, do it. I don't have any vinegar with me. Usually these are my 2 staples into cleaning off your fruits and vegetables before you put it in there. And in the past, I never did that, but now I do. So I just take the time when I come home to clean some of the stuff and then put it into the fridge. That way it's clean. I don't have to do anything. I mean, I don't wash this, in case you're asking, because I peel them, so I don't wash this, of course. But, the grapes have been washed. Obviously, the berries have been washed, everything in the rightful container. So just make sure, like any of the stuff, that if you're interested in these containers, it's in the carousel below. I put different varieties of them for you, because I do have my old school ones that are blue. I put them in there. And then the newer ones that I got are actually the clear ones. I started, because over the years, sometimes some of these break, so you have to replace them. Sometimes you'll lose a lid, and you're like, oh my gosh, I need a lid. So you're like, I need a new set. I've moved, you know, so you lose things in a move or unpack and you're like, where's that lid? Where does that go? So I try to keep everything that had their lids to it, the container. So like I said, everything is right below. I even put some of my favorite stuff. My favorite sparkling water is Waterloo. Have you tried this? It's like grape soda. Oh my God, it's so good. So I, obviously trying to stay away from refined sugar. And this actually tastes like a grape soda, but without the sugar. So if you could just kind of imagine. So I become quite the sparkling water connoisseur. So if you haven't tried this, I actually put that on the carousel below too. This is some of my favorite water because sometimes people don't know where to get some of these products at. I love that you can basically get anything off Amazon these days. So everything is off Amazon. Even these little crafts that I put my stuff in. I love these little glass crafts. They almost look like they're plastic, but it's glass. The lid to it is, whoops, it is plastic. So just FYI. But it's very slender. It stays on there. You'll have it forever for sure. So, and remember these little things? These are my favorite. You put, oh, there you go. As you can see, we can put some more water. You put water into it, and you put some more. Ah, there we go. You gotta watch how you hold it. So you put water into it, wipe this up, and it keeps your herbs all hydrated so that it doesn't go bad. Same thing with your, like asparagus or whatever vegetable you decide to put in here, herbs or vegetables that's long enough. I think these are great. I thought these were just like total game changer. And I like that you can close it because it still protects your herbs and stuff, so it doesn't dry out. So there you go, super easy. I think that's it, guys. Unless you guys have any questions. No questions? All right, well, I will see you guys tomorrow here in my kitchen because we are going to cook from the Friendly Vegan Cookbook. This is in our store, so you guys can go check that out and be surprised at what we're gonna make. I'm super excited. And here's the deal. Every time I have meal prep with Marzia, I cook food that I've never tried from this book. Like, I'm gonna pick 4 recipes, never tried them, and I always tell you if they're good or not good, because everyone's critique. Most people are like, oh, this tastes great, and then they make it and it tastes like crap, right? So this, I'm gonna show you and give you a real feedback. Does it taste good? Doesn't it taste good? Because people want to know. There's so many times I made some plant-based or vegan stuff and it doesn't taste good. So just like a meal prep service, my husband, we're still looking for a good meal prep service, a vegan or a plant-based meal prep service that serves delicious food, and we have not found one yet. So just FYI, if you know of one, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear. We've tried a lot of different vegan and plant-based meal prep services, and we're still looking for one. So, all right, thank you guys for joining me today. I will see you tomorrow at noon, cooking meal prep with Marzia. Have a great day, guys. Bye.